Hey, what's going on YouTube? Lionel here, and today I have a fragrance review for you. Today, this one comes from the house of Halston, and it is called Amber Man, as you can see here. That is sort of a gold bottle, gold plated. If I can get better lighting, you would see. Oh, there it is. There's a little chip in this one, um, but it's a really nice bottle. I mean, it's probably the most distinct bottle I have in my collection. I believe. Um, but gold plated, nice top, very nice atomizer, as you can see. If I spray here, so pretty nice atomizer. Um, and this is a 2.5, but it comes in a 2.5 and a 4.2. So this was discontinued as far as I know from Halston. So if you are interested, I've seen it floating around a few places. So anyway, uh, it kind of it kind of came quick and left just as quick. Man, I really think that this was an 2010, maybe 2009 release. Can't remember when this one was released. Um, anyway, so I can't remember when this one was released. It was around 08, 09, 010. It was maybe even 2010. It kind of came and left really, really fast. I don't know why. I was offered at like Neiman's and a few places that I had seen it. Neiman and maybe even Nordstrom's. But it came and just left so quick. I don't know what happened there. So anyway, maybe it just wasn't a fan favorite, more of a cult following. Anyway, the notes from Fragrantica are on the top. You have geranium, you have bergamot, and you have thyme, I think that is. In the heart, you have French ladanum, you have amber, and you have myrrh. And in the base, you have Virginia cedar, musk, and oud, agarwood. So, Fragrantica classifies this as an Oriental woody, as most of my favorite fragrances are in that category. So, Halston Amber, man, let's talk about it real quick. If you watch my top 10 video, top 20 video maybe, designer, this one actually made the top of the list, and I thought that um, pure leather would probably derail it, but it really didn't. I mean, I still really really like pure leather, but it did not derail this one. And another one sort of came along and snuck up on me. And I hopefully, if I can get to that review, I will today. And I'll talk about that next fragrance. So anyway, it's so wonderful. Halston Amber Man. So let's talk about it. On initial spray, on initial spray, and now I'm sort of mixed because I resprayed it and sort of the heart and the top. Man, this is just gorgeous. Here's what you're gonna get. Let's talk about from the note breakdown. And it's funny. I love how Fragrantica sort of allows you to pick which note you find the most prominent. So in here, I may have to agree. I get lots of myrrh. I get lots of amber. I get lots of oud. I get French ladandum. Maybe some woodiness from the Virginia cedar. But surprisingly, the geranium. No one really mentions it, but I think that's where I'm getting that spicy geranium vibe that I so love in the mix. For some reason, geranium and amber, much like Amber 114, just blends so well to me. It sort of just adds geranium just does something for me. I really like that floral. So anyway, with that said, it opens up with a traditional citrus with some geranium. The amber really starts from the jump. I mean, you will know that this is an amber fragrance right from the jump. Now, let me tell you this: if you don't like amber, you don't have to worry about it here because it's not that type of amber. It's not that heavy in your face, thick, syrupy, choke you out type of amber. It's more of a smooth volume type of amber. Now, this amber does have some sweetness, but I really think it's the combination of the French ladandum and the amber that sort of gives it this sweet vibe. Um, One quick note: there is another fragrance that this closely resembles, and to me, it's oud wood. Oud wood and Halston Amber Man are very similar. Now, obviously, oud wood is a bit sweeter because the vanilla is quite prominent in that. When you So the amber sort of gives it, that sweetness, sort of gives it that Tom Ford sort of, you know, blah, kind of in your face type of of feeling, smell. Halston Amber Man is a bit well, I wouldn't use the word smoother. It's just a bit more. If you find oud wood, you know, uh, maybe too sweet, maybe too something. If oud wood is too something to you, Halston Amber Man may be a very, very good substitute. And what's funny? After I had thought about it for a while, it also sort of resembles if you've ever smelled Prada Amber Intense. Um, the myrrh in there sort of, where Prada Amber has the big old patchouli, and still sort of has that soapy quality. Man, they are really cool. I mean, they have some striking similarities, and it's really that balsamic sort of balsamic sort of myrrh resonant type of feeling. But this is combined with the oud, and the oud gives it. I mean, it is a synthetic oud, but the oud in it is very similar to what I smell in oud wood. So I mean, it's almost as if you would have taken oud wood and um, Prada Amber Pour Homme and sort of blended them. You may come very, very close to this fragrance. I would argue. Though in this one again, the amber is a bit more. In Prada Amber Pour Homme, for it to be an amber fragrance, I don't get a lot of amber. I get a lot of other stuff. In this one, the amber sort of stands out and gives it a real, it's a real pillar in the fragrance. So if I was to give this one, you know, the pillars, it would definitely be the oud, the myrrh, and the amber. So those would be the three pillars. Everything else will sort of support the structure. And oud wood, you get the oud and the vanilla, some of the other woody components that sort of build oud wood. In Prada Amber, it's the myrrh, it's the patchouli, and then it's the myrrh, the patchouli, and then the vanilla amber combination that sort of supports it. But they are all very similar. And if I was to rate them, I mean, I would definitely probably still give the edge to oud wood. I would This would definitely be second, and Prada Amber Pour Homme would be third. I mean, I think you can easily own all three of them because, again, Prada Amber is a bit, darker, soapy version of Prada Amber that the Intense is. Oud Wood, it just sort of stands out as own, nice, oudy, sweet vanilla. And then this one sort of marries the two, where oud wood is sort of sexy, Prada Amber is sort of mature and, stoic. This one really kind of falls in the middle of me. It's sort of a, you know, it's not as stoic, or it's not as, murray and a patchouli and Prada Amber, and it's not as sexy as oud wood. But this is a very, very, very wonderful signature scent. I mean, this is a, I mean, and the beauty of this is because it lacks the patchouli like in Prada Amber, this can actually be a year-round signature scent. So I would put this one. I mean, I don't see myself wearing oud wood as a signature scent. I don't see myself wearing um, Prada Amber as a signature scent just because of my climate. Now, if I was in a cooler weather, maybe I could pull it off as a day-to-day signature fall winter. But this one goes year round. Like oud wood, I think that I would wear oud wood year round. You can wear this one year round. Prada Amber, just some of the notes, the myrrh and the patchouli sort of pushes it in the fall winter from so let's get into the three components. Let's first talk about projection. Our projection on this fragrance is in between. Well, it's probably around a Prada Amber Pour Homme, sort of in that realm. Nice bubbles. You put 4 or 5 sprays on, you won't be overspraying, you won't be underspraying. So I usually go 5 to 6 with this one. Um, Usually 5. At your first 10 minutes, you're going to be a little loud, but it sort of retracts. At the 15-20 minute mark, 15 minute mark, half an hour mark, whatever, 15 minute mark, I'll give it, and it really becomes a nice where oud wood is in a heart. So I would definitely give it, a 4 out of 5. If oud wood is a 5 in a projection category for the first few hours, I'll probably give this a 4. I'll probably give it a 4. So let's talk about longevity. Longevity is all day for me. I've gotten 8 hours. It's usually in the base, and it's sort of a generic musky amber oudish fragrance, but it's still there. I can still smell it. It's there. Other people can smell you. So the longevity on it, I would give it high marks 4, 5. Um, Scent. Now, if you don't like oud, avoid it. If you don't like Prada Amber Palm Intense, if you smell that one, you may want to avoid it if you don't like the myrrh kind of thing. If you like either of those, oud wood and Prada Amber Intense, maybe find Prada Amber Palm Intense a bit, and you find oud wood. Most people I've encountered that are okay with oud, loves oud wood, but maybe just a bit too expensive at its price point. This would be a very healthy substitution of those fragrances. So it's right in the middle. I would give this 5 as it relates to versatility, signature ready type of scent. It's a signature ready scent. The only day I wouldn't wear it is on, like, if I'm in a backyard barbecue and it's just hot, but I wouldn't wear oud wood in that. But I'm talking about day to day. You're going to work. You're going on a date, you're going to a movie. This is a perfect fragrance in almost any weather. So versatility, I'll give it high marks, 4.5, 5. Overall, now the difficulty with this fragrance is its availability. Sometimes I see an influx of them, and sometimes they're just not around. I actually got mine from Johnny Cat Holland, cat out of the Bay Area up in Cali. Um, he actually had a bunch of these bottles, and he may have more. If you're on Facebook, you probably can find them. If not, then you may won't. But I've actually seen these on eBay. Um, Overall, um, I'll give this fragrance high marks, high fours, mid, high, 4 to 4.5 is what I would give this fragrance, just because of its versatility, just because of its distinction. It's unique, a little spicy, woody, wood, uh, little sweet with the amber. It is just a gorgeous fragrance. I would actually love to see a smell a woman in this. I mean, because it sort of has that dark. I mean, she's a black skirt, white shirt, heels type of woman who throws this on. So I think it would give a dark edge to a very feminine type of woman. So overall, high marks. I really enjoy Halston Amber Man. Um, if you can find it, I mean, I would recommend you buy it. The oud is very nice. The supporting notes, the amber is nice. So overall, it's a very good fragrance. It's not super sweet, not super dry, not overly resinic or balmish. Just right. It just hit just right in about every category. So that's it. Halston Amber Man from the House of Halston. You guys take care.